What's up, heroes? It's your boy Winson here, and today we'll be going over how to create realistic hair strands using XGen in Maya with the help of our instructor assistant, Youssef. Let's get grooming. Alright, we're in Maya here, and it's time for us to set up our scene so that we don't run into any problems later. Let's make sure the scale of our model is real-world dimension to get proper realistic look to the hair. And we'll also need a scalp mesh. The scalp is a model that we're going to build our XGen curves off of. So at the end, we're going to hide this mesh, but we'll need it for the hair. You can create the scalp on any software, but just a quick tip, when you're extracting the scalp from your character's head, leave more space than needed for the hairline, just in case you need to use it later on. We'll be aiming to make hair strands that flow like this by using XGen. Alright, let's jump into XGen. First, we need to create a new description, and to do that, we need to select our scalp and then go to Generate and create a new description. Make sure to give your description a name. If it's the first strand that you're making with no collection, select the Create New Collection. But for this demo, he has already created a collection set, so all he'll be doing is adding the description to this collection. And next, we'll want to be able to control the placements of the guides, so we're going to change the control primitives to placing and shaping guides. If you want to learn more in depth about each of the options here and more, these are all discussed in detail in our hair and grooming course offered by Art Heroes. There's a link to that in the description below. Now we can't see anything because there's no guides on the scalp, so we need to create at least 2 guides so the hair can start appearing in the preview. To add a guide, click on this icon here. Let's also increase the density to see more of the hair. To move an existing guide, just hold Ctrl and drag. You can see the haircut is very short right now, so we're going to head into the scalp and select all the guides and just scale them up to make the hair longer. Press the Update Preview icon here to update your hair strands. You can see now that the hair is super thick. So we're going to decrease the width parameter to something around 0.015. Then let's play with the width ramp. This is what controls the width of the root to the tip. And we'll make the root thick, the middle be the thickest part, and then the tip will be very thin. After that, you can ramp up the density. Now you can see that it's hard to control the guides because it has a low CV count. We want to increase the resolution to have a smoother control of the guides. So to do that, select the guides and then click on Rebuild here. I will change the CV count higher to something like 10. And now that we have smoother control over the guides, let's shape the guides to the intended hair look. We can see that the hair is not perfectly following the guides, and this is because we need to increase the modifier CV count. So let's crank that up to about 35. Now you can see the hair is following the guides much better as intended. Alright, now let's fix the root of the hair, because you can see that it's coming out of areas away from the guides. Alright, so we need to create a density map. Let's first click on the arrow here and then click on create map and then give the map a name. The resolution of 5 is fine for this map. Now let's change the start color to black. Black in the mask means no hair and white is there is hair. And we want to start the map black and then add whites to the parts that we want hair to come from. So let's open the paint tool by double clicking on it here. And let's change the color to white and start making the areas that we want the hair to come from. And when you're done painting the roots, head over here and click save. As you can see, the hair is starting to come out of the guides just the way we want it. Click Q on your keyboard to drop the paint tool. This is a good time to refine your hair, just moving things around and then updating the preview. Now we have the hair still, but it doesn't perfectly follow the strands, so it's time to add some modifiers to fix that and give the hair a more realistic look. We'll start by adding a clump modifier to the guides. Do this by heading to the Modifiers tab and clicking the plus sign here to add the clumping modifier. Now let's set it up on the guides. Click on the setup map, then select guide, and you'll see the guides pop back up on the scalp here, and then press save. With that, we have clumping to the guides, and we can adjust the modifier effect by this area here with the clumping scale, just like we did earlier with the width ramp. Now that we have our first clump, it's a good idea to move around your hair strands accordingly. Let's go ahead and add another clumping modifier, but this time the clumping will be on the whole head. So click on the setup map and let's increase the density, and then press generate. And if it looks good, press save. You'll probably want to also adjust the clumping rate. Now you'll see here that our hair cuts off at the same length. So let's fix that by adding a cut modifier, which will give us different lengths to the hair. By default, the random amount here is set to 0.0 to 0.2, which won't give us much of an effect. So let's adjust that to 0.0 and 2.2. Now we want to make a more randomized look to our hair. So let's add the final modifier, the noise modifier. With this modifier, we have magnitude and frequency. The frequency controls how frequently the waves will appear on the hair, and the magnitude will control how wavy the effect will be on the hair. Let's set these both to 0.5. And then you can move things around to adjust accordingly. With that, you'll have your first set of hair strands. Just rinse and repeat this technique to get a full set of hair on your character. I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you want to learn more about creating 3D hair, please check out our realistic grooming and hair program offered by Art Heroes. There's a link to that in the description below, and it goes much more in depth. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give us a like and share the video. If you have any questions, feedback, or heck, if you have any ideas of stuff you'd like to see from us, please let us know in the comments below. We're always checking those out. And of course, if you're not already, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn the notification bell on so you know when the next video drops. I'll see you then.